don't know about Kevin, but I'm feeling 27. I'm live, but I'm probably not watching it, and I'm not doing a ridiculously long 7-hour session or anything, but I'm in a bit of a rush today, so I thought I might as well just get this one banged out quick, and it's faster to stream than it is to, you know, just do it normally. Actually, I'm gonna start back in England again. So let's quick travel there. So what's on your mind? Oh, really? I've got the wonders of life on my mind, and the fact that I didn't get much sleep last night. No, what do you think that I got it from? Not much sleep through having too good of a sex life? No. What about the stress of life? Is that what was keeping me awake? No. So what was keeping me awake then? Oh, a helicopter. That's what's keeping me awake. No, what? Was I excited about going on one? No. No. Literally, a helicopter was above my house. Just flapping around, being a helicopter. I'm on the wrong side of the road, but yeah, just a helicopter being a helicopter. At 1 o'clock in the morning. Come on, man. That's just not right. And I kept having nightmares. Ugh. My life is a nightmare. Well, what's your biggest job? You know, I like the sound of that one, but it's not much money. Wait, go back. Oh, you bitch. That goes all the way up into Sweet. You can't like move around on this map. Where's it gone? Alright, yeah. That looks like a fun bit of fun. Might not do the whole job, I don't know. There's the Transinet place. Yeah. Right. It was the reservoir tank. I like that word, reservoir. It's like abattoir and repertoire. Repertoire words. They're cool. Not necessarily the meaning, you know, meaning pretty but just the word themselves. Like, tongue. Like that. That's how they roll. So, what have I been up to then? Well, this morning I woke up at 11 o'clock, which is too damn late. It is just awful waking up at that time of the day because, you know, I couldn't sleep, so my body was like, well, that alarm clock didn't go off, even though it did. I'm telling you it didn't. You're gonna get some more sleep. So I slept straight from my alarm and missed my entire morning. So I've done nothing today. Today's a depressing day because there's nothing like missing your day, you know? Just sleeping through the most important hours of the morning. Just... What else have I done this morning? Well, I sat down and I drank 2 cups of coffee, and all that did was make me feel sick. Then I had lunch. I didn't bother with breakfast. Then I went onto YouTube and I had a look around. I did some planning for a video for my other channel, a Gmod video. I'd like to put it on this, but I have a bigger audience on that other channel. I'd like to put it on this channel because it's monetized and it could also bring me in some potential people, but I also don't want to put it on here because, well, it's monetized and it, you know, Garry's Mod isn't the safest thing to use with monetized stuff because when you're using other people's workshop mods and stuff and sounds and you know, soundtrack and stuff like that, it's very difficult to get the rights. So I'll be going on my other channel, which is free from such limitations because it is a non-profit channel. It's just for fun. I'm thinking of making 2 videos in Gary's Mod because I haven't made one in a while. If you look at my videos, you'll know what I'm on about. I want to do a new episode of John's Great Adventure, which is about this man who speaks like this and is very stupid. And he has a mate who I don't think has a name, but he'll be getting his name this episode. And he speaks like this, and he is very much polite, and he is not very nice to John because John is a bit of a tit. And he says to him that he is not a nice man. And yeah, that's pretty much John's Great Adventure summed up. If you wonder why they have such terrible voices, it's because they are made using text-to-speech, which is the most stupid technology ever made, and it's fantastic. It's not stupid as in that is a bad idea, but it's because the words are generated by a machine, they don't sound right, you know? The main use is to assist with blind people, which is a very noble thing to do, you know, it's helping those who cannot read, which I think is fantastic. But I use it because it's a very viable way of making voice acting, and it has a very, in my opinion, comedic value because of the way they pronounce words and the way their sentence structures are just all over the place. It's fantastic, in my opinion. My other video is a very detailed thing that I'll have to do. It'll be a lot of work. The YouTuber... Sorry, someone was just at my door. I was trying to work out who it was. Excuse me. Pardon me. If you know why I was sneezing this time, it's because I've got like a tangerine wrapper skin in front of me, and they set me off. I'm allergic to like the skins of tangerines. I'm not allergic to the insides of them, but anyway. The YouTuber Sean Britton, he was, well, I don't know if it's a was or not, but basically he made hilarious videos of Thomas the Tank Engine. I'm not a fan of Thomas the Tank Engine, so please don't be offended if you are, but I find it so silly and hilarious that an adult would go and make videos of Thomas the Tank Engine, so I just found him amazing, and there's millions of people doing it. I didn't even realise. People my age, you know, people younger, people like from 15, 14, I don't know, anywhere up to about 25 are making Thomas the Tank Engine videos, and I think it's hilarious. And Sean Britton was the most famous of these people, to my knowledge, because he went all out. He didn't hang about, and that's what cost him his channel. He wouldn't just make a Thomas the Tank Engine video, he would make it a crossover with as many franchises as he could imagine. And they're all of a certain level of, what's the word? Cringiness, if you're a buzzword using person. They're all like, you know, animes or cartoons or other things that are frowned upon by most people. And it just made it so much more entertaining. And they weren't even written by him. But yeah, he got took off YouTube because of third-party copyright claims, and because people hated him for what he did. Why did they hate him for what he did? Because he was different and he wasn't afraid to show it, you know? Individuality is not liked in this society, but that's a bit too philosophical for today. It's too big of a topic. But basically he got done for the legit reason of using stuff he wasn't allowed to use, you know? He used clips from Hasbro related stuff from Cartoon Network, stuff from wherever anime lives, you know, no end of copyrighted music. Like in a video, he'd maybe have 7 different copyrighted songs, clips and stuff, pictures from official shows, Disney stuff. Disney, you never touch Disney stuff. You keep it far away from Disney. You respect them, they respect you, but you step out of line, they'll have you. Same goes for Viacom. You just be careful with those big companies, and he wasn't. He stepped on too many toes and he got done for it, basically. His channel was demolished, meaning that there's no videos that I can recreate of his anymore, because I did a remake of it in Garry's Mod using his voice, and, well, his voice and his friends' voices, of course. He doesn't just voice it himself. And I made the visuals in Garry's Mod. It was a fun project. Whoa, my mouse went crazy. I wasn't really into it, but I thought it'd be funny and it'd get a few views and it'd make a few people laugh, and it did. You know, when I put it on, in the first couple of months it got about 500 views. And at the dreadful channel destroy of Sean Brisson's, it skyrocketed my video. It went from having about 1,000 views to having about 8,000 in a month. It's ludicrous. And although that's not, I know those are worthless views because it's not a monetized thing, but they're not worthless in my opinion because it's entertaining people. And I want to do a remake of another one of his videos, but I don't have any of his voice files. So what I managed to do, I did a bit of digging around on the internet, you know, like you do, stalking a few profiles. Many people call it doxing, but I did it without malicious content, so it was perfectly fine. And I managed to find myself a complete script of one of his episodes, written out in text by one of his writers. Yeah, he has writers. And I tweaked it a bit, moved a bit of words around, changed it from a script form into a book form. Because I'm an author, you know, I've made a book. I know how books work. And yeah, I just changed a few little things around. I changed it from Thomas line to blah 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 blah, said Thomas basically. It was just a copy paste job. It took me all 20 minutes. And I threw it into my text-to-speech program, and now I have an episode voiced by the man who speaks like this. And that's going to be another video that I'm going to have to make in Garry's Mod, so that's probably going to take a couple of weeks. Or maybe a weekend or something, it depends how much time I have. My family's coming down, well, tomorrow, and I don't know if I'm going to have any time or not. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to make these videos. I'm going to be busy, really damn busy. But if I do get enough time, that'll be coming out either in about a week or a couple of weeks. The John's Great Adventure could take months, honestly. This plan I've got in my head, it might not even happen, because I tried making another one a couple of months back, and it never happened because it was too advanced of a thing. The original idea, the one that I cancelled, was pretty damn impressive. What the idea was, John and his mates went through the streets and they found his old John found his old friend. What was it? He had a name, I can't remember his name, and he's having a go at him. I'm really bad at writing. He's having a go at him, and like he just goes, I'm sorry for having a go at you, mate. Do you remember how the old times used to be? And it cuts to a flashback of John, his mate, and his old mate all dancing in perfect sync in a dance club. And that's as far as I got as recording. And after that, the idea was... Shit. I don't know, it is that way. The idea was, after that, they decided to go to a club again. Now that they're older and not as good as dancing, obviously. And they go onto the dance floor, and everyone in the club starts taking the piss out of them, you know, saying, "You lot can't dance, your old timers." And they have a dance off with these younger timers, and it ends up in a gunfight. And yeah. And then somehow, I don't know how it goes in, but it ends up being the plot of American Sniper. And you know the scene, I don't know how I even uploaded that bit or not, because I shot that scene. I think it's in the trailer of American Sniper, but it's also just a very memorable scene where they're on the rooftop. If you've seen this movie, if you've not seen the movie, just skip forward about a minute. But you should have seen it by now. It's an Oscar winner. It came out last year. This year's almost over practically, so I'm really sorry if you've not heard this, but they're on a rooftop. Well, no, it's in the trailer, so I am going to say it. They're on a rooftop, Mr. Sniper Man and his spotter, and the spotter's like, "Oh mate, look out, there's someone down there and they've got a bomb or something." And they're running towards the Humvees, and the sniper sees the bomber, I think it's a woman, and he shoots dead. And then the child that's with the girl grabs the bomb, and he has to, I think he shoots the child as well, I can't remember exactly. And then the bomb goes flying and almost blows them up, but it doesn't. I recreated that scene, but instead of it being a bomb, it's a Toblerone, also known as a Toblerone. I thought it was funny, but again, it was, I made the scene, I did the special effects, it just didn't work out. I don't think it was funny in the end. That's the problem when you're making an idea and you turn it into the... When you've got an idea and you make it into something and it just doesn't seem like it was as good as it was in your mind. It sucks. But yeah, with this new idea, it's a pretty simple one. I don't want to give too much of the idea away, but if you've seen them and you've paid any attention at all, John's mate is a badass, like, mercenary bloke, and basically it's just him doing a job, and stuff happens. My attempt at drama, basically. If you wonder why I make those sort of videos, it's partially because I'm bored, partially because I admire people who make Garry's Mod videos. It's hard work. It's, like, I know SFM is more impressive, and actually a little bit harder work, but it's a different sort of work. It's the difference between proper animation and stop motion. Garry's Mod to me is stop motion. There are tools now that make it so it's actual animation, but they don't look right, they look weird. I prefer stop motion. I would do it in real life stop motion, but you need a decent camera, and you need a load of clay. And you need to be good at working clay. Well, not clay, but you know, plasticine. I'm not good with working with plasticine, so... So, Garry's Mod stop motion, I find it fun. And I like to take it, I like it just it's really therapeutic. Taking loads of pictures and stitching them together. It's really fun, in my opinion. So that's why I make them. It's not because I'm trying to show how good I am at writing or at filmmaking, because I know I'm terrible. But if it can give someone a laugh, and you know, or if they just enjoy it, and if I enjoy making it, you know, I make them. If you haven't checked them out, just type in full capital letters, John has a conversation with his mate, and then search up John has a better conversation. They should be the only results, I hope. John spelled J-O-H-N, not John as in Jon Snow. Yeah, so I'll be making that, hopefully. I'd like to make another thing in Garry's Mod, but it's so time consuming. I'll be having hell on just making the Thomas one, which I'll do in one sitting though, definitely. If you search up Sean Britton, you can see my old one. It's really poorly made. Poorly. Is that how you say it? Poorly? It's not very well made, but that was the intention. It was I want to say ironic, but there's no actual irony in it if you use the word literally. Another word, but you know what I'm saying. I intentionally made it bad, but only to a certain degree. It was to match the original video. I'm not saying this video was bad, but it was. I made it like a one-to-one clone of what was happening in his video, but translated into Garry's Mod, which was pretty difficult, honestly. It's actually hard to recreate something in a different thing, you know, like recreating something in real life into an engine which isn't real life is very hard, you know. It's even harder recreating something in real life because, you know, you have to find those things. Like on one of the scenes, instead of it being an actual beach I could have loaded up, I copied what happened in the video and laid down a 2x4 next to some... Well, not just laid down a 2x4, and that was meant to be the sea. Yeah, so I just spawned one in game and put it next to my very own made tank engines. They took so long to make, so long. I only made one, I just changed the colour obviously, but it was a very difficult process of actually building it. Like, Jesus, it is functional. Like, I've got the dupe somewhere, those things actually move. And if you put thrusters on them, they will actually work like a car. Best thing I've ever made in the game. I love Garry's Mod. I just don't play it anymore because I don't love it, you know? Well, I'll stop off here and get fuel. I'm waffling a bit. I'm sorry about my nose. It's the tangerine. Oh, sorry about that noise. It's awful. It's an awful sound. I'm really sorry. I'm just going to take a glass of water and pour it down my neck. Excuse me. Started playing Civilization 5. I know there's After Earth, whatever it's called. Beyond Earth. Whatever the new one's called. But I thought I'd try out 5 because, well, the last one I played was Civilization 1 or 2. It was on the PlayStation 1 and it was awful. I hated it, and it really put me off the series. I hated it for 2 reasons. 1, I was young. 2, it was really bloody difficult. I had no idea. PS1 controls are dreadful. It was just the worst thing I've ever played in the world. So I've got 5. I borrowed it, and it is fun. I like it. It's actually quite decent. I don't understand anything, but I got it and I went on it and I put it on the easiest difficulty because I really was confused. And I'm still on the easiest difficulty. I'm still on the same save. I'm so far into the modern era, I think, which isn't modern at all. I think it's actually medieval. I'm on. Either way, I'm on the one where you unlock religion. If you're a Civ 5 guy, you know what I'm talking about. I really don't understand it, but it's really fun. It's fantastic because you're not really doing anything, are you? You're just saying, "Oh, yeah, I'll build that building." Then you do nothing. It's fantastic. I really don't like the idea of playing it online, though. I think that's a really stupid idea because I don't know about you, but I take about 10 minutes every turn because I like to really think about what I'm doing even though I'm not doing anything, you know. But yeah, it's really cool. If I get good at it and actually understand what I'm doing, I'll do streams on it, like 100 turns every stream or something. It's really cool. I play as Queen Elizabeth because England's the only country I know a few of the city names of. When I did it, it was really confusing the first time because I put the map on Europe. Yeah, Europe. So it had England in it. So I started off in London, that made sense. And I explored, and my next door neighbour was India. And I just started a new save, and I just picked a randomly generated world because that was so stupid. India should not be anywhere near London. So, yeah. On my current save, I'm going to lose. I'm definitely going to lose. I'm not even going to make it to the area where I get railroads and stuff. Honestly. How do I know this? Because Constantinople is friends with everyone. Which means if they wage war against me, oh come on, then it's the end of the game for me, you know? Freaking not happy. That was a really bad crash as well. That was like from no damage to max. So with my family coming down this Wednesday, which is tomorrow, videos are going to be few and far between. I know they are at the moment as well. I'll give you a reason for why they've not been at the moment. It's because my mates had a week off from work and I thought we'd just play games together and it was fun. And this week I'm going to be entertaining my family, so it's just going to be videos when I can get them up. And then after that it's going to be my birthday and that's going to be busy as fuck. there'll be more family coming down, and after that's over, maybe then, I don't know, but the extra video series, consider them cancelled for now, or at least in serious paused mode. I know it's a shame, but I just can't keep up with it right now. It's my own fault taking on too much, but at least with trucks I can keep that nice and simple, especially for streaming like this. I don't know if I should keep playing and make this half an hour long, or I should stop here. I'll make it half an hour. Streaming is so much more efficient because it takes, like if I make a 20-minute video, let's say, that'll take, the whole process will take about an hour, and then if I forget to upload it, it can take a day, you know? Not that it takes time up, but like sometimes I render the video, go do some other stuff, come back, forget that I've rendered the video, and then someone will message me going, dude, you've got no video today, and I'm like, shit, and I'll be uploading at midnight even though I rendered it like 2. So at least with streaming it gets done. And it's a lot less time used. If I have to make a video half an hour long, it'd take about maybe an hour and a half. You know, the whole turnaround process. Also, about thumbnails. Real sorry about the moment with thumbnails, but again, every bit of time that I can save, I am doing so. If you've noticed in the last 2 videos that have thumbnails, if you check back now, they do have thumbnails, and they're very simple. I made them using this thing called TubeMate, and I think I'm going to be using that for a while. It's decent. Unfortunately, you can't use it on live streams, which is why I am using my very, very well made thing of well, my Microsoft Paint masterpiece, you know, with the 27 on it. I'm not looking forward to reaching 30 because that means I've got to stop making these puns every time I make an episode. You know, I don't even know if I did one about 21. If I didn't, I want to go back someday and just change it to I don't know about John, but I am feeling 21. That'd just be fantastic. I think I'd do the impression of a text-to-speech way too well. It's just about enunciating those words separately and not as part of a sentence. That's how you make yourself into a text-to-speech. When I was a wee lad, I was obsessed with Microsoft Sam. I can't do his voice. Never could. Never heard anyone who could. But god damn it, he was the best. If you don't know who Microsoft Sam is, just type in Microsoft Sam. You have selected Microsoft Sam as the computer's default voice. It's just... oh man, he's the best. My epic video... yeah, I use the word epic. Master Chief goes skydiving. If you haven't seen it, then you're missing out on a national treasure. That was used with Microsoft Sam's voice. I might be doing a remake of that using the a cappella text-to-speech voices. I don't know, maybe. That'd be a little extra treat, don't get too excited. But yeah, text-to-speech things have always amazed me because, well, when you think about it, they're incredible. Like, the way that text-to-speech works is excellent, in my opinion, because they just use a set of, I think they're called phonemes, or something, sounds, you know, like, and all those things, like all the parts of words that are used in words, along with common words, common sounds, you know, and they splice that all together, and you can make them say anything in the world. I think that's just incredible. And it makes a truly synthetic voice, which in some cases sounds rather real. And they're getting better and better. Like, freaking Siri is very good. Cortana's alright. Parts of Cortana are incredible because parts of it aren't actually text-to-speech, they're pre-recorded things. A true pre-recorded text-to-speech system would make the world incredible for everyone, in my opinion, because text would no longer be needed, you know? Not really needed anyway. Neither would humans in a lot of places, you know, like tannoys, where they go, staff calls, reception desk please, you know, and you don't understand a thing. If you had a really clear human-like voice, which went like, staff call, could Mr. Harrison please report to the customer, whatever, desk, for example, but it would make it so there'd be less confusion in the world because everyone has so many different accents. If we were to have a fully recorded, like if someone went and read the entire dictionary out, who had a very nice voice, it'd be fantastic because it'd be solid, wouldn't it? All things like train station speaker things, you know, and flights and stuff, or you know, all the places where you have people going, we've got a flight delayed for 17 hours, so you bloody better go to an hotel, knob. You know, all stuff like that. Instead of it being some greasy little knob telling you that you can't go, it could be someone with a perfect voice, you know. I think it'd be fantastic. Text-to-speech is the future, man. And this video is going to be a little bit longer because I'm going to deliver this parcel. Technology, man, I love it. I just love technology. If I had the money, I would just have everything, you know? I would just go crazy. I would invent so many things. I wish poor people could invent things. It'd be such a better place, wouldn't it, the world, if everyone had the same opportunities. You know, if everyone had access to 3D printers and machining devices, and if there was a way to understand how freaking circuits worked without being a genius. Goddamn circuits, man. In other words, I wish people could be an engineer for free. That's all I'm trying to say. If I could be an engineer for free, I would do that shit, but no. It is not free at all. You have to go to a university and be very smart. And I'm not smart or rich, so I'm not going to any universities. Whoa. Let's not talk about that. So I'm still hopefully going out on Thursday to the land of the flamingos. I've been informed that my little cousin will not be going on many rides. I haven't heard this from his mouth, I've heard it from his grandma's. They don't want him going on anything scary, so ooh, I have to be a responsible adult and tell them which ones are scary and which ones aren't. Now, I'm divided on this. I think because one, I want my cousin to have a good time there, you know. He's never been to the theme park in his life, and two things here which are making me very divided. I want him to enjoy it, and I want him to want to go to them again, because if he wants to go to them, I can come with him. And I also don't want him to get too scared, of course, but I also don't want him to get bored, if you get me. Like, if he just goes there and goes on teacups, he's not going to be happy, he's not going to want to come back. I wouldn't, nobody would. It'd be shit, wouldn't it? It's like, you may as well just go to any old place and go and teacups, they're everywhere. But if I get him on like something more fun, in my opinion fun, he might be absolutely fucking terrified and never want to go on one again. So finding that perfect balance will be difficult, but I'm sure I'll work it out when I'm there. Plus, he's small, obviously, because he's a child, so again, I don't know if that's factored into anything. why do they have height restrictions on rides? Like, am I stupid or something, like, or is there just no reason for it? Do you feel more forces if you're short? Because I can't see that being the case. Like, a larger surface area means more air resistance and a greater amount of mass, more energy, more resistance, more everything. I think height restriction should be the other way. Like, wouldn't it make more sense? Like, if you weighed 10 stone and you were, no, less, if you weighed 6 stone and you were short, I don't know what height, not good with measurements, wouldn't it be easier if you weighed 20 stone and you were 7 foot tall? You know, if you were tiny on a ride going at 50 miles an hour and you were big on a ride going at 50 miles an hour, wouldn't the little person feel less distress, you know? I don't get it. So if someone knows about physics, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what rides there really is there for which are classed as simple and not scary, because no ride's not scary, is it? There's a twisting wild mouse. I'll make sure he gets on that because that ride is fantastic. Also the swinging coaster, I think that's what they're called. It's like a suspended swinging coaster, you know, aeroplanes. Yeah, I'll make sure he gets on that as well, because that's fun for all ages. The log flume, that's fun. Yeah, I'm sure I'll be fine getting him on all of them. Bit peeved because I don't like going on rides by myself, so that means I'll be going on a lot of them on my own. Which is a shame. Because then you're stuck with 2 strangers and you can't scream, can you, when there's strangers around you? Just, I like to scream excessively when I'm on a ride, but I can only do that if I'm with my mates, because they'll think I'm a bit weird, you know? Especially on rides which aren't scary, I do it. Like, I went on a Twister ride a couple of months back, you know, twists, and I screamed all the way around for fun. Because there was someone in the car. Well, that was my cousin, he was in the same cars as me. So I got away with it. But if I did that with a stranger, they'd be like, "You alright, mate? Do you need medical assistance?" And I'd be like, "Nah, I'm just having a bit of a laugh." And they're just like, "Oh," and they wouldn't laugh. So oh well. There are rides I am allowed to scream on though, you know, socially allowed. I'll definitely be going on if they're open, and that will be good old Cliffhanger, because that was closed last time I went. Cliffhanger is I think it's either 110 or 210 foot high, launched free fall tower. Does a combo drop, and it is fun as fuck. But I haven't been on it in about 4 years. I'll be going on. Which way? Oh Christ! I'll be going on good old Mumbo Jumbo. Not been on that ever. Usually the lines are that long that it's undoable. You know, you can't go on it. And I might go and come out if I'm feeling brave. I doubt it though. Now I'll be going out on my own, I don't think I can handle it. Oh, I am in oncoming traffic, I'm sorry. Can I blast through? No, I can't. I can't help it. I'm gonna have to load a save. There was no sign saying that it was going to like splinter off like that. Right. So yeah, riding stuff on your own is just awful, though, isn't it? It's just. Last time I went on one ride on my own, and it was actually really, really nice because I was totally on my own. You know, there's a difference between going on something on your own with other people, and then there's a case of going on your own. And I went on a ride called Flip Flop, which holds either 36 or 50 people, I can't remember. And I was the only one on it, and that was a fantastic feeling because I could scream and shout and cry and tell myself not to pass out, and it was fun. Because that ride would make you pass out if you weren't doing that, honest to God. 5 freaking G's. That is enough to send the strongest of men into fear. And I'm the strongest of men. I'm going to sneeze again in a minute. Bless me. So, 100 and something miles to go. God, it's going to be like an hour long, isn't it? I swear at the beginning of this video it's going to be about 10 minutes. Oh, who cares? I don't know if I'll go on flip-flop again, because last time I couldn't walk for about 2 or 3 days. Painful ride, but so fun. You know that sort of feeling which is really nice and really nasty at the same time? Kind of like, something like it. Like a really hot bath. You know a bath that's that hot that it hurts to go into it? You know? That feeling where it's like, ah, when you put your feet in. But when you lower your body in, it's like, ah. That's like flip-flop. Because at the peak, well, at the moment when you're moving the fastest on the ride, it's horrible. But for that second that you're experiencing minus gravity, oh, slush. So it's like, love and hate. I'll probably do it last, on the way out of the park. That was me yawning, not the in-game guy. I'm tired, man. I think after this I'll hop on the good old treadmill and burn some fat off. Because I've done nothing today. Plus I'm trying to make sure that I'm got a bit of stamina with me, and if I'm going to be out on the streets all day, you know, because I'll probably be going around Tip Marine Drive as well this week. Tip Marine Drive is a really long place which goes around the coast. So I think it's about 2 or 3 miles long, and people walk it all the time. And whenever my family comes to visit, we walk it there and back. So about 6 miles. It takes all day. Yeah, we move at 6 miles a day, and yeah, we don't just do that. We go around all the amusements and get lunch and stuff. Go on Twister, and then come home, get an ice cream. Lovely. But I need to make sure my legs are in tip-top condition, because it is a bloody knackering walk, I tell you. It is bloody never-ending. It's not flat either, it's all higgledy-piggledy, because it's on the coast, obviously, and how many coasts are flat, you know? It's like, literally, it's like a wall next to the sea. It's really nice and cold. Like, no matter what time of the year, it's cold and windy, and it's lovely. That being said, the warm weather here has stopped. The heat wave's over now. Still pretty warm. I think it's about 16 degrees right now, but from 20 something, I think it was like 27, 28 at one point, that's quite a drop down. I've gone from wearing shorts to wearing trousers again, and it's lovely, comfortable as fuck. But I hope it's not raining, because right now it's raining. Well, not right now, but it's been raining all morning, apparently. I didn't know because I was sleeping through it. Hopefully it's not raining when they come to visit, because I mean the bloody theme park visit will be shit, and it means no walk around Marine Drive, and it means I'm going to have to entertain my cousin, which is fun. He likes video games, which would be fine, but he don't like them enough. He can only play it for about an hour and he gets tired. I'm like, fucking casual, get a grip. He's like, whoa, and yeah, it's not very good. To be honest, I was the same when I was his age, but you know, he gets like computerized after a couple hours. He forgets to blink. So I have to physically entertain, as in play football, and we can't do that no more because my garden's freaking beautiful, and that's not going to get undone. No, thank you. So, you know, it'd be a case of playing swing ball or walking down to the freaking park. And I don't want to look like a paedophile, but if I have to look like one, I will. I'll have to stand around at a freaking park and just feel awkward and evil and terrible. Everyone will look at me, and they won't even think that I'm bad, but I'll feel like I'm bad. And it'll be awful for me, and it'll be fine for everyone else. But if we're out to the park, I'm straight off going on those swings. I'm going to show him how to swing. And I'll show him how to go down a slide and get covered in glass. That's something. If you're from a country which isn't England, right? Or if you're from England, you can tell me if you're still listening. Are your parks covered in broken glass? And piss, and beer bottles, fags, needles. Fags as in cigarettes, not fags as in gay people. What other bad things is there? Johnnies, as in knob socks, as in willy warmers, as in condoms. What else is there usually? That's about it, really. The amount of times that you have to watch the slide, you know. I remember when I was little, I'd go down and it'd be like, Mum, is there any glass at the bottom of the slide? Oh yeah, there is, love, let me just move it. It's like, wow. That would be fun. I can go get my cousin infected with, like, oh, what's it called? That thing you get touching something which is broken outside. Is it hepatitis? I don't even know what it is anymore. It's something you get jabbed for when you turn 13 or something. 15 or whatever. I think it is hepatitis. No, it ain't. It's something, I think rats have it as well. I think they'll carry it. Oh, what is it called? You get it from rusty nails. Yeah, whatever. But yeah. Parks are filthy, but what else is to do really when you're that age? It's even worse when you get to an adult. If you're not a drinker, there's fuck all to do, especially in this town. Do you want to watch a film? Ah, well. Good luck. Cinema we have shows about one film a month, which is good, isn't it? That's it. There's a million cafes if you like cafes, but what's entertaining about drinking a cup of tea in a place which isn't your house? It's no different. It tastes the same. Oh, it's a different place. So, boring. And there's pubs. Oh yeah, that's great, isn't it? Pay freaking £3 for a pint. That'd be nice. What is life? And that's all there is. Oh, sorry, there's War Museum. I went there. It's not a museum. It's not a museum. It honestly isn't. I went in. It's just a really small shop, about 2 meters across, honestly. And it is, what do you think, war stuff. Not even stuff like old bullets and guns, just a map of where the bombs hit. And there's a bloke in it who's just like, Shaka, when the walls fell. And you're like, and then I left, and that was that. There's another museum as well, I can't remember what it's freaking called. That's just as interesting. Then you go out to York or something, and you're spoiled for choice, you know? I hate Scarborough. But I like it as well, because, you know, it's quite a good point. Like, I live in it, so that's a good reason to like the place, you know. I don't live in it, but I live near it, so that instantly boosts the price of houses everywhere within 20 miles, obviously. What's another good reason? What's another good thing about this place? Apart from that I live there. You're by the sea, which is nice. I guess. Crime's not ridiculously high. Well, it is, but not the sort of crimes that get in your way. People are getting done for drugs left, right and centre, but who cares? That's about it, really. Like, not many people get robbed, which is decent. Although there's a gang at the moment going around stealing dogs and cats, and they're leaving signs in the street, so if you see like this white mark, it means someone's going to steal your dog, so you better get hiding where your dog sleeps with a knife, and not use it because it's illegal to hurt someone who's trespassing in your house. And put the knife down. Actually, no, grab the knife, make them a jam sandwich, and hand them your dog, because that's the right thing to do as a British citizen. If an attacker came into my home, I would make them very welcome. I would let them go into my drinks cabinet and give them a drink, and then they would be appalled because I do not have any alcoholic beverages in my drinks cabinet, and they would proceed to use an illicit weapon against me, and that would terminate my life. However, I would die knowing that I did my Queen proud, and I was a true patriot to my beloved country. And that is how home invasion works in the United Kingdom. Now, you're allowed to use reasonable force, really, which means if you want to survive in life, learn to fight. I haven't, so I'd have to go down the jam sandwich route. Speaking of jam sandwiches, I am done. I'm done, just done, straight up done. We could go home. I want to go home. Can I go home? Yes. I want to go home, and I want to sit in my garage and sleep, and then I will end this very boring episode. So, quick roundup. Too long didn't watch. I'm making some Garry's Mod videos. I don't know when. Videos are going to be all over the place at the moment because I'm busy. That's it. That's the whole video summed up. 52 minutes in about 20 seconds there. I'm off to go get all sweaty and moist. And yeah. I'll see you in episode 28. I don't know about... I'm very overweight because I'm feeling 28. That's what I'm going to be saying next time. Right. How do I end this thing? You know, XSplit is such a difficult piece of software, but I'll be doing a review of it eventually, and it'll be a positive review, I promise. It's a bitch, to be honest. It really is. Not in a bad way, it's just so awkward. It only worked with bloody full screen, windowed programs, so, you know. Anyway, I've waffled on too much. See you later, you freaking tater.